Hey guys, Steve here with the Fitness Hub, and I want to talk to you today about setting a foundation diet, one to start from and then maybe think about adding supplements or different varieties to it. I get a lot of guys ask me in the gym, like, what do I eat, what should they eat, how much carbohydrates should they have, how much fat should they have, where should they get this sort of things from. So I'm going to make this very simple. I'm going to take you through calories and then where you should get those calories from, how much to have.
I just want to add here that the macronutrients that you have different amounts of calories. Carbohydrates have 4 calories per gram, fats have 9 calories per gram, and protein has 4 calories per gram. So that's something good to keep in mind for the rest of the video.
So in terms of the amount of calories you should consume, it depends on your goals. Say you want to maintain your weight, then you just want to eat maintenance levels of calories. And you can either do this through looking at what you're eating and logging it into a food diary for a couple of weeks, making sure that your weight is staying the same, and then working out how many calories that is on average per day. That's more accurate and it's a bit more difficult and time consuming. The other way is to use online calculators. I'll put a link to one below that can give you a rough estimate of how many calories you need to maintain your weight. This can vary greatly person to person for a variety of reasons, and largely is due to NEAT, which is your non-energy activity thermogenesis, which is little things that you might do in the day that you don't expect actually burn quite a lot of calories, such as cooking, cleaning, walking, or doing maintenance in the house. So just little things like that add up. Once you've found this maintenance, you then can pick a goal. If it is maintenance, then fine, you can carry on and hit that calorie target per day. Or you can have a goal of, say, mass gaining, trying to build muscle, or trying to lose fat. These are typically the most common goals. If you're trying to gain muscle, you have to realise for the average person, the amount of muscle you're going to gain is not a lot. It's not a fast process, it takes quite a long time. I think I've said on it in the past, and I'd say 2 pounds per month is a good rate. 1 to 2 pounds maybe per month. The longer you've been training, the less weight you want to be adding per month. The less time you've been training, the more you can go, the quicker your muscle will build. And to do that, I recommend you find your maintenance calories and then add 200 at the start to give you a small surplus, and then work your way around this, seeing how your weight's getting, how your physique's changing. It typically depends how much fat you really want to gain. For me, I want to gain as much muscle as I can with the minimum amount of fat gain. The other goal you might have is to lose fat, and for this you want to find your maintenance and then subtract some calories from this. The amount you subtract depends how fast you want to lose that fat or that weight, because to be in a large calorie deficit will lose weight quickly, but you might lose some muscle. So you want to maintain as much as possible, so you want to have quite a small deficit. I recommend again 200 calories. Use that as a baseline and then move it from there. Obviously, as you start losing more weight, your calorific needs will reduce, so you want to keep moving that down. And same with gaining weight. The more you gain weight, the more calories you will need to maintain that weight, so you'll need to add some more. So it's all just a bit of a balancing game and just seeing how you go. Make it slow. The slower you do things, the more muscle and less fat you're going to lose and gain. So small, little and often is always the best protocol there. In terms of the macronutrients, start with protein. I recommend 1 to 1.5 grams per lean lib, which is lean pounds. So if you're 200 pounds mass in total and you've got a 10% body fat, so that's 20 pounds of fat, you want to be having, say, 180 grams of protein at 1 gram per lean lib, or 1.5 would be, 240 grams of protein. So aim between that, that's a good point to start at. I do want to touch on the fact that women can't assimilate protein as well as men, so they probably want a little lower, a little less they can have. And also if you're younger, you'll need less because you're more efficient at breaking those proteins down, and then when you're older you're less efficient, so you want to have a bit more. But 1 to 1.5 will cover the majority of people. As for fats, I like to see people having a range of 0.4 grams per pound of mass, total mass, to 0.6 grams of total mass. So that gives quite a large variance, and I roughly aim for 0.5 grams of my total mass. So that 200-pound person would be aiming for, say, around 100 grams, and you can vary either side of that. The way you want to think about varying this is whether you think you react well to carbohydrates, and this is generally determined by how insulin sensitive you are. The younger you are, the more active and healthy you are, the more insulin sensitive you're going to be, and the better you'll do off carbohydrates. You might want to aim for the lower fat level to allow yourself to have more carbs. Whereas the older you are, the less fit and healthy you are, the more likely you're going to be more insulin insensitive, so you want to aim for higher fats. Of course, this will vary person to person. You can try moving this around, seeing how you react best. You don't want to go too low with your fats, that's why I recommend not going below, say, 20% of your total calories from fats, because they are very useful and they're needed for things like testosterone production and a variety of different hormones. I also recommend with the fats that you get a proportion of omega-3 fatty acids, because these are really important. A good way to get these in is actually through supplementing if you don't generally eat much fatty fish. So this can be a typical omega-3 capsule, having 6 to 10 of those a day. I typically have, if I don't have salmon that day, I will have 6 omega-3 capsules. And then finally comes to carbohydrates. I believe these should make up the rest of the calories that you have left in your diet. Not that they're the least important, but they're the only non-essential nutrient. So these can come from a variety of sources. Don't mind-boggling if you think about it too much, because there's GI, there's glycemic load, glycemic index, it all gets complicated, and at the end of the day it doesn't matter a great deal. I do recommend that you get these from micronutrient dense sources and high fibre sources mainly, but in moderation everything is absolutely fine. So I'll just give you a few examples of some places you might want to get those macronutrients. So, as a lot of us take whey protein, this is great. This is a staple of mine I have for convenience. So you might want to make up your protein from places like this: chicken, lean beef, fish, lots of different things, beans, lentils, they have lots of protein in. Then as for your fats, like I said, the omega-3s, take these or eat some fish, and also nuts have fats in, and a variety of other sources have some healthy fats like avocado. And then you want to get your fruits, so bananas are great, they also have great carbohydrate sources in them, and also vegetables, high in fibre. Both of these are very high in fibre and they contain lots of micronutrients which are great to have. And then you can, I eat in moderation. I follow flexible dieting, things like Pop-Tarts or whatever you want. If it fits within your goals and you've got the essentials in yourself and you've got those micronutrients, you've got your fibre, 30 grams, and you've got all your micronutrients and omega-3s, then you can have a bit of fun with your diet, especially if you're bulking. So here's an outline of the basic diet. It's calories, protein, fat, carbohydrate, micronutrients, and then the big picture, and I'll go through each. So you've got your calories. You've got whether you want to be putting on mass or fat loss. So for mass gains, say a 200 calorific surplus each day, and adjust. And with fat loss, a 200 calorie deficit each day, and then adjust. Adjusting to see how you're looking in the mirror, how people are telling you you're getting on, how your strength's going, and also your weight, obviously. And then for your protein, you want to have 1 to 1.5 grams per lean pound of body weight.
For fat, you want to be aiming for roughly 0.5 grams per pound of body weight, and this will vary according to your insulin sensitivity, much like your carbohydrates, which are whatever calories you have left to play with. And again, insulin sensitivity will dictate whether you want these to be higher or lower, and you can manipulate whether you have more fat or more carbohydrates depending on your insulin sensitivity. Then you have your micronutrients, which you must hit. Things like fiber and also your fats. So these are those omega-3s, and you want to hit fiber of at least 30 grams a day. And of course those micronutrients from fruit and vegetables. And then think about the big picture. Timing, the source of where you get these nutrients, are of little significance when you can hit your micronutrient and macronutrient goals. Your total macronutrient intake for the day will dictate whether you will achieve the goals that you want to. So just think about the big picture. I hope this has helped a lot of you, and if you have any further questions, please just ask below. Thank you.